Hey y'all, this is Lenny Brooks. I'm a local realtor here in the Houston, Texas area. And today I wanted to go over leasing 101. So, um, leasing is a very different process than buying or selling, obviously. And something that a lot of people don't know is that whether you're leasing from an apartment complex or from a private owner, you can and should use a realtor. It is no charge to you to use a realtor to find something to lease. In fact, it's to your benefit because we represent you in the transaction. We negotiate for you. We manage the whole process for you. We do all of the legwork. We save you all the time and energy that it would be for you, and we do it all. And then we present you with the information, and you tell us what you want, and it's very easy for you. So there are I look at it as there's two different types of leasing. There is leasing from an apartment complex and leasing from a private owner. First, I'm going to go over leasing from an apartment complex. So with apartment complexes, it's a little bit different. You're going to call me and you're going to say, hey, I want to live in West Houston and here's my budget. I want my apartment complex to have a gym. I need it to have a pool. I need it to have security gates. You're going to tell me everything you need. And I'm going to go and I'm going to put together a very thorough list of apartments for you that fit your criteria. Not only that, but when I call these apartment complexes, I know what to ask. I know how to ask about specials, the specifics about specials. I know how to ask about fees. So it's very advantageous for you to use a realtor. When I send you this list, I'm going to send you a list of apartment complexes. I'm going to have already called everybody and talked to them. I'm going to send you a list and you're going to say, hey, these are the ones I want to go see. And you actually go to the apartment complex and you say, hey, I want to, my realtor sent me this list. I wanted to come see your property. And they're going to give you sometimes a registration form, a sign-in form, and you want to make sure anywhere they give you something and it says, how did you hear about us? You put my name, because that's how a realtor gets paid. So, and we do a lot of work. It's a lot of work on rentals. And so if you would put our names down, it would be very appreciative. Really my name if I'm helping you. So I send you the list, you go see them, you fill out my name. And then once you find the property that you like, you're going to fill out one of their applications. They usually charge you an application fee and an admin fee up front. They're going to process your application. And then once you're approved, you're going to give them a deposit. You're going to sign a lease. And then upon move-in, you're going to pay them rent, and they're going to give you your keys. Once they give you your keys, on the apartment complex lease, it will have a certain amount of days in there for you to fill out and return the inventory and condition form. This form is very important for your deposit. So on the inventory and condition form, you're going to go through the entire property, your unit, not the complex, your unit, and you're going to put in and mark every single thing you see wrong. If there is a huge paint chip somewhere, if there's a big scuff mark on the wall, if a window's broken, if the sink is leaking, everything, you're going to mark it on here. And you're going to turn it in within the days it says on the lease. Why? Because when your lease is up and you're moving out and you're going to go do a final walkthrough with a manager, they're going to pull out your inventory and condition form and say, you didn't mark the broken window on here. We're going to take that out of your deposit. So you want to make sure you mark it on there if the window's broken or anything else, because that is what they use to gauge for the return of your deposit. It's very important for you. So the other thing is pets. A lot of times people have dogs, so we have to make sure the apartment complex allows them. And there's something you should know when it comes to when we ask about pet deposits. There's actually two things. There's a pet deposit and a pet fee. If they say it's refundable, it's a deposit. If it is non-refundable, it's a fee. Very important terms to know. And then sometimes they even charge you pet rent. In fact, a lot of times they charge you pet rent. And they also have, when we're looking at the rates and stuff, they have, they're going to give you the number. They're going to say, okay, rent is $8.95 a month. But then when you get there, it's like, oh, $9.41. So that's my job also, is when I call and get you these rates, I find out what else they charge you for, because they charge for pest control, they charge trash, sometimes they charge water. How do they gauge how much water you use? There's just a lot of questions that go into it that I make sure we get covered for you. And then specials. So just because you go online and you see, you do your own search and you put in $1,000 and it only pulls up 4 places. Well, that's my job to go in and find the ones that were listed at $1,200, but your apartment is only $895 a month because they're running a great special. That's where it comes in handy to use me, because that's what I do and that's my job to do. I'm here to know that stuff. So that's kind of apartment complexes in a nutshell. And then the other type of leasing that I look at is privately owned leasing. There isn't a lot of difference. The paperwork is different and the deposits are different. So you're going to call me up and you're going to say, hey, Lenny, I want to I want to live in a duplex. I want hardwood floors. My budget is $2,000 a month. I want to live inside the loop. So rather than go like on an apartment complex, I go and I put this list together for you. I actually create a search for you when it's privately owned. And you're going to get a list every day of new items that are coming on the market or anything that's changed, if there's been a price reduction or things of that nature. You're going to get this list online and you're going to go in and you're going to mark your favorites. And you're going to call me and you're going to say, hey, Lenny, I want to go see everything I've marked on my list. When can we go? We pick out a date and I go and I schedule all of the properties you want to see and I escort you to these properties. I have to accompany you because I'm the one who lets you in and I'm the one who shows you the property. And so you find the one you like. And again, we're going to pay for fees up front. Fees with the privately owned are usually just to cover your background and credit checks. Whereas apartment complexes, remember, they charge you like an admin fee up front. It's just very different, a little different there. You find the one you like. You're going to sign the lease, give the deposit. You have to give the deposit right up front when you're approved, because giving them that deposit is what actually takes the property off the market for you. It allows them to not lease it to anybody else. If you don't give them the deposit, it's fair game and they can give it to anybody they want. Then come time to move in, I'm going to get the rent from you. I'm going to go pick up the keys. I'm going to come give you the keys and the apartment is yours. And again, they're going to give you an inventory and condition form. As I said before, it's very important and very crucial that you fill this out and you give it back to the landlord with the allotted amount of time that it says on the lease. And it's the same thing, pet fees, pet deposits, pet rents. Sometimes you deal with a property management company instead of a landlord. Property management company, it's not too much different for you. Sometimes the paperwork is different. So like when you fill out the application and it's a property management company, like you have to go do their application online. Sometimes they don't let me see the information and I don't like that. So I will ask to meet with you and we can do the paperwork together online so I can see what it is, because I'm not a fan of having you sign stuff that you don't, it's not your job or your expertise to understand the real estate lingo that comes on a lease. That's my job. And so I'd rather sit there and go through it with you so we can see what you're signing. So that about covers both of them. Then you move in and the place is yours. And then when it's time to renew or move out, you call me and you say, hey, I want to find a new place. So that's Leasing 101 in a nutshell. If you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments on the link to the video. If there's any topic you'd like to see me cover in the future, please put that in the comments as well. If you have any questions, you can call me. My phone number is 281-818-2698. If you or anybody you know needs to buy, sell, or lease, please give me a call. Have a good day. Thanks. Bye-bye.